Welcome back. Last time we left Tep Tep at this really pivotal moment. He was just about to start his journey, his climb to the top of this mountain to find the oracle.
And, like we were saying before the break, it's so much more than just reaching that physical destination, right? It's about the journey he goes through internally.
Right.
Pushing himself, reflecting on his own motivations. It really makes you think, what makes a great leader? Why does he want to be one? What is it that's driving him?
And during this climb, he has a realization, it hits him, that it's not just about, ambition or building the most impressive pyramid or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's about something bigger, something more meaningful. He wants to leave a positive impact on the world. He wants to contribute. And realizing this, it gives him this boost, this drive to keep going, especially when things get really tough.
It makes you think about how important it is for anyone who's in a leadership position,
Right.
to really connect with their own sense of purpose. Like if you want to get other people excited about something, you've got to be excited about it too, right?
Absolutely. And that's something that you can take away from this too.
Yeah.
If you want to build a team that's truly passionate about what they're doing, well, it all starts with you.
Yeah.
Figuring out your own why, understanding that deeper purpose that drives you to do what you do.
Right. So Tep Tep finally reaches the top of the mountain, and he finds this ancient temple. There's this oracle there, but here's where it gets kind of unexpected. Instead of just giving him some big revelation, some easy answer,
Right.
the oracle actually asks him a riddle. And it's this series of questions that forces Tep Tep to really look within himself.
And the really cool thing is that the answers aren't found in some old book or scroll or anything.
Right.
They're inside Tep Tep all along.
It's a powerful reminder that true leadership, it's not about knowing all the answers, right? It's about being able to ask the right questions. It's about that self-awareness we were talking about and constantly learning.
Yeah.
It all circles back to that idea of the personal journey.
Absolutely.
And it highlights something super important if you're trying to build a team that's driven by that shared sense of cause. It's not about telling people what to believe in. It's not about forcing your vision on them.
Right.
It's about helping each person discover their own why, how their own passions, their own individual passions fit into that bigger picture.
That's when a cause really starts to resonate with people, when it actually means something to them personally, when it aligns with what they believe in. Yeah.
Exactly. So Tep Tep comes down from the mountain with this whole new perspective, this new understanding. He realizes that building a team around a cause, it's not about some fancy mission statement or anything. It's about creating a work environment where people feel empowered, where they feel that connection
Right.
to something bigger, something meaningful to them.
I like that.
So he goes to the pharaoh with this bold idea.
Okay.
He wants to offer something really special to the pyramid workers, something way beyond, just their basic needs. He wants to give them clover-fed beef.
Clover-fed beef, I know, right? It was a delicacy that usually only royalty got to enjoy.
Oh, wow.
But Tep Tep is convinced that this gesture, this act of really exceeding their expectations,
All right.
is going to completely change how the workers feel about everything.
It's like shifting that whole dynamic, right? It's not about obligation anymore. It's
No.
about reciprocity. It's like saying, hey, we see you. We appreciate all your hard work.
Exactly. And when they feel that appreciation,
Right.
they're much more likely to want to give back to the team. They want to go the extra mile.
Makes sense. Now, the pharaoh, at first, he's a little bit hesitant. He's used to doing things the traditional way.
Yeah.
But Tep Tep manages to convince him to give it a shot. And the results are amazing.
Wow.
The workers are totally energized. They're excited to be part of this project. They're not just showing up for a paycheck anymore. They're building a monument to a shared vision. They believe in it.
Wow, that's a perfect example of how creating a culture of appreciation, of really going above and beyond for your people, can completely change how motivated and committed they are. And it's not about just throwing money at a problem. It's about showing that you genuinely care.
Exactly. But, of course, there's always another challenge, right? As time goes on, the excitement starts to wear off a little. What was once special and new, that clover-fed beef, it just becomes the norm.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
And so they start to lose that sense of urgency.
And that's where his understanding of the emotional drivers comes back into play, right?
Yep.
He realizes that the workers, they're driven by diversity change, right? They love the excitement of that unexpected reward, but over time, it's not so exciting anymore.
Yeah.
They need a new challenge, something to keep them engaged.
And this is where Tep Tep uncovers that final secret, the power of a shared threat.
A shared threat.
I know, it sounds kind of counterintuitive, right? But before you think this means he's creating a toxic work environment, let me explain.
Okay, yeah.
It's not about actually putting anyone in danger or making them feel scared or anything like that.
Okay.
It's about reminding them why their work matters, why what they're doing is so important.
Okay, I see.
Think about the pyramids for a second. Those weren't just built by skilled people with a shared purpose, you know?
Yeah.
They were built by people who believed that what they were doing was vital. It was vital to protecting their country from enemies. They believed that they were directly contributing to the safety and prosperity of their nation.
And that belief, that's what fueled their passion.
Yeah.
Their commitment. It gave them a reason to push themselves further.
So Tep starts brainstorming, you know. He's trying to come up with ways to introduce this idea of a threat, but subtly, you know.
Yeah.
So he starts emphasizing the challenges that they're facing as a team, you know, like the tight deadlines they have to meet, the limited resources they have to work with. He's reminding them that other nations are jealous of Egypt's power, and they'd love to see them fail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he even starts spreading some harmless rumors about rival kingdoms trying to sabotage their project.
Now, that might sound a little manipulative to some people,
Yeah.
but it's important to remember the context here, right?
Yeah.
Tep truly cares about his team. He wants them to succeed. He's using his knowledge of what makes people tick to create that sense of urgency to remind everyone how important their work is.
Exactly. And guess what? It works.
Really.
The workers are totally re-energized. They come together, they work through all the challenges, and in the end, they build the most magnificent pyramid that Egypt has ever seen.
I love it. It really just goes to show you that even in a great work environment, a shared sense of purpose, something to work towards together, can be such a powerful motivator. It brings people together and it helps them get through tough times.
So Tep's journey is complete. He went from being a manager who only cared about skill to a leader who really gets it.
Right.
He understands what motivates people, the complexities of it all. He's learned those 5 secrets, and because of that, he's created a legacy that's going to inspire people for generations.
Amazing.
But now the big question is, what does all this mean for you? How can you take what we've learned from ancient Egypt and use it to build your own extraordinary teams? We'll explore that when we come back for part 3 of this deep dive.